Welcome back to SnowRunner. In the last episode we ran into a few issues trying to complete the job of Motel Woes. Now this is the Fleetstar F2070A and it is stuck. Not only is it stuck, it is also out of fuel. On top of that we also ran into a Rockslide that stopped us progressing through the road we want to use. So today we've got to try and recover the Fleetstar and fix all our issues. And to do that we're turning to the Chevrolet CK1500. And we can add a small roof rack to this. It does only carry 40 fuel, but that 40 fuel might be enough to get the Fleetstar back on its feet and running again. But that is not all we need to do. We need to somehow get that trailer back to the motel, and that's another issue entirely. You join us now as we make it into town with the Chevrolet CK1500. We have bought the roof rack for 1,000. And now we're going to try and get to the Fleetstar to put some fuel back in its tank and get it moving again. So we have just exited town on a dirt road and we're going to try and head up here. We have marked it up and then we're going to try and get to a certain point and then decide from there where we're going. The reason I've not marked it all the way up is because we don't know what the road is like. We haven't got that far. There's a flatbed semi-trailer there. That's something we've looked at previously. There's a load of supplies on it that we're going to have to try and use for some of the jobs at some point. Now this coming up here looks like a tight squeeze. Now my big concern is obviously this is the road I think the Fleetstar will come down with the trailer. I don't know if that's going to fit through there. The Chevrolet is having a few issues, but I'm not sure the trailer is going to fit, let alone the Fleetstar. So this may not be the road we should be using to bring the Fleetstar back. But then that's the whole entire issue. If we don't come this way, we've got to figure out a different course of action. Now looking at the map, it is a straight run. I think the Fleetstar will come this way, but obviously that little bit of rock that we just went through is going to be the issue. I don't think 40 fuel is enough for the Fleetstar. I just don't think it's going to make it. So why don't we go for the watchtower instead? The watchtower would enable us to see everything on the map, the roads the Fleetstar could take, and make a decision from there. I think that's probably the better course of action. The only problem with the watchtower is we actually don't know what the road is like to it because we can't see it. We obviously know where the watchtower is, but we don't know what the road is like. So, the trusty Chevrolet is going off-road once again, and we're going to try and get to this watchtower so we can actually find out what route is best for the Fleetstar. And then we may still have to go to it to fill it up with fuel. It's all going to depend on what is the road like and what we can do to get it to where it needs to go. Now, this looks a bit worrisome, trying to get to this watchtower. This is a lot of water and mud. Generally the Chevrolet's been okay. It has got stuck a few times, but generally you can just keep slowly going forward and it will get there. At this point it's not. We're going to need the help of the winch here, I think. There we go, just keep going forward, keep moving. Just got a front tyres on that mound here. A little bit of mud that's there that's solid. So keep pushing it. Come on. Ever so close. There we go. I think we're on. And I'm thinking in water, the one thing I found is to always try and stick to bits of mud that you can see sticking out of the water. I find that's the best option for trying to get some sort of grip. Okay, we're stuck in the mud again, but we are moving. Again, we're in the mud that's sticking out of the water. So yes, it's soft mud, but at the same time, it's better than being underneath the water with nothing underneath you. So we're in low range, and this obviously has the upgraded gearbox for off-roading, so this will help to run low range plus. Is that plus or minus? One of the two. And we're just going to keep ever so slowly move forward. It is going to take a little bit of time, but you can see we're slowly inching forward. Once we finally get a proper grip, we should actually start moving a bit quicker. But we are still moving, and that's the important thing with the Chevrolet, and this is what I like about it. It doesn't ever seem to really stop. We had it in a previous episode. We was in a big body of water, and it took us a while to get out of it, but the Chevrolet kept moving. And I think that's the important thing. Right, we're right at the edge now. If we can just get up this little bit of a mound here, we are golden. Let's keep going forward, keep pushing. A little bit more, a little bit more. Once the tyres grip, you can definitely tell when they're there because it just goes. There we go, we're on. And we should be okay. It's gone to this firmer grass over here. We should be okay. We are. We're out of the mud, we're out of the water. Okay, watchtower isn't far away now. Let's go and grab this, and then we can see the map around us and then make a plan. Please tell me there's not more water. It is, but we have a little bit of a road here. Bit of a track. Okay, it's very muddy. But we're okay. Still moving, which is the important thing, as I say. So that's the one thing I've learned very quickly. In the mud, as long as you're moving, you're okay. It's when you stop you've got an issue. Okay. Just about here. Let's go. We're nearly there. Come on, into the square. And then we can launch the watchtower. So that is the watchtower launched. New objectives have appeared, and let's have a look around. So that's the Rockslide. That's the route that's blocked as we tried to use in the last episode. There's also another one down there for some reason. We've got trailer that's stuck over there. Trailer store. Okay. There is a trailer store by a garage. So that's an interesting one. Another trailer there. And there's another mission or new job there. I say mission, they're actually jobs, I would say. Okay, so there's a few things around that we can look to pick up and sort out in the future. Now, for today, though, we still want to continue with Motel Woes. And I think to do that, we need to fix this road, or the Rockslide. So we've brought the Fleetstar back to the garage. We've had to recover it after it ran out of fuel. I didn't think it was worth taking the Chevrolet all the way to it, just for 40 fuel. So we're going to change the saddle as well on it to a saddle low, because the flatbed semi-trailer that the Chevrolet just found, I think, can be useful. So we made it back in the town with the Fleetstar. I would show the journey to the town in the Fleetstar, but we've done it so many times. It does seem a bit of a waste of time to show the same bit all the time. So in town we go. We're going to go and get the flatbed semi-trailer, as it has one of the components needed to fix this Rockslide. I just want to pick up, I just want to check something. There's something here. I want to see what this is. It says Rockslide as well. You can see this is all fenced off. Well, coned off, I would say. So can we deliver what we need here, the materials? I think we can. So Rockslide has 3 locations, it seems. So now we're tracking this. We need metal beams and service spare parts. One of each. Fairly simple. I should have put a back on this, and then we would have been able to carry the metal beams, to be fair. So I don't understand why there's 3 locations for this. So that's a semi-trailer we're thinking of using. That's got quite a few things on board. But it has got the service spare parts. What else is showing up here? There's another trailer. Not that one. I want to click on the one that's there, in town. No, not that one. No, that one. There we go. That's got service spare parts as well. I think it's got bricks on top. I'm kind of thinking there's no point taking the really big trailer to deliver service spare parts when we take a smaller one and deliver service spare parts. It kind of seems pointless to take the bigger one. So let's get back into town. We're not far out of town, to be fair. And go and grab this smaller trailer. It did mean we didn't need to change the back of the Fleetstar, but the trailers are connected. It's not going to matter. But I was thinking of using the big trailer, the flatbed semi-trailer, but it is a bit of a waste, I think, to put it just to that location for one thing. We could probably use it elsewhere, I think. Whereas this trailer, a smaller one, it has bricks and the service spare parts on. So let's grab this. Annoyingly, it's got bricks on it. I was just thinking that if we got rid of the service spare parts, we could use the trailer to get the metal beams, job done. But actually, I don't want to waste the bricks, because you never know if we're going to need them elsewhere. I don't want to, you know, I can get rid of them quickly. But I think that's a bit of a waste of a resource that's here in case we need it for something else. So I think let's just deliver the service spare parts, and then that's one thing done, and then we'll go back and we'll sort out the metal beams afterwards. So can we deliver here, as this is where the mission came up? Am I close enough? I might be not close enough. Let's pull it further in. Okay, we're not getting a notification to deliver anything. So this was what made me curious, because they were on the map. There was 3 different locations for this one mission. This was one of them, and there's the other 2 are up here, where the actual Rockslide is. So I don't quite understand why that one's there, That makes no sense if we can't deliver to it. So we're going to have to take these service spare parts and bricks a little bit further forward. We're going to travel this road and then we'll try and get this fixed at least. Come on, turn it, turn it. There we go. I hate trailers. I really do. They're just annoying. Okay. Let's go and get the service spare parts delivered, and then we've got to sort out the metal beams. Seems to be a fairly alright road, to be honest. Doesn't seem too bad, does it? There's a mission here, actually, as well. I think we'll, on the way to deliver metal beams, we'll probably have a look at that and see what it is. At least get it on our job list, so we can do it at some point. Right, up the hill. This is where I think we might struggle with a trailer. We've had issues in the past with the Fleetstar and trailers, to be fair. This was one of the other reasons I was thinking about using the flatbed semi, because I think it's attached onto the back of the trailer, back of the Fleetstar properly, rather than hanging off the back like this trailer is. I wondered if it'd be easier to pull, but I still think I'm right. I think it's a waste to use the flatbed semi when we only need a smaller trailer with what we need on it. It does seem like a waste. Okay, let's keep going. We're nearly up the hill, to be fair. There is another job here. Let's have a quick look at this one. Drainage. Okay. Well, we picked it up. We'll add it to our job list. Have a quick look at what it involves. It might be something we can do at some point. So we need to find 3 different pumps around the map, around Black River. One is there. One's near the garage, and one's near the farm. Okay. That's something to do at a later date then. Would that mean it drains the water from around Black River? Because if it did, fantastic. That would make my life a lot easier. That's something we'll have to look at in the future. But we are here for the Rockslide, and these are the service spare parts. We can now deliver. This is what it wouldn't allow us to do further back down the hill. Okay, so we're back at the garage now with the Chevrolet Kodiak C70. We recovered this in a previous episode, saved it from the water. We're going to put on the sideboard bed for 4,900, and my plan is to use this to do the metal beams for Rockslide. It makes sense. It's a vehicle we've not used before, so we're just checking through. Have we got any upgrades for it? Tyres would be the bonus, because currently the tyres it has on are road tyres. Now, I'm hoping this isn't like the GMC and where it just struggles with anything off-road, because that hill to get the Rockslide mission done is going to be bad. So I'm hoping this can cope. So all we can do is try. As I say, it's the first time driving this, and I said earlier there's no point showing you guys the journey from the garage to the town in the Fleetstars. We've done it many times, but we haven't done it in the Chevrolet Kodiak. So let's have a look and see how we get on. I want to kind of test drive it at the same time. Is it going to be better than the GMC? Because currently, my train of thought is this is a very similar truck to the GMC. The GMC is a truck that I struggle with. I don't like it. It hates pulling a trailer. It hates going off-road. And it's just not really a very good truck in general. Off-road tyres may improve it, but there's no guarantee. We have done a few upgrades. I think it's got the lifted suspension. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the GMC currently. It may come good in the end, but currently I don't like it. And even on these roads heading to the town, the GMC struggles. But actually, the Kodiak C70 is flying. I'm really surprised at this. It hasn't got all-wheel drive. That's one thing it hasn't got. Although we can upgrade it to have it once we find the upgrade. So that's something to look out for. But even without that, it's not having an issue with the mud. Whereas the GMC would struggle even through that area. From the garage to town, this GMC struggles. Kodiak doesn't. Now, it also seems to go quicker. Now, I wonder if it's got a bigger engine. I haven't really looked at the different engines on the vehicles we currently have. But I wonder if this is more powerful, and that's why maybe it doesn't struggle as much. This will be the true test. A little bit wetter mud. Let's see how we get on. Will we get stuck? Because the GMC has got stuck here a few times. It's just flying through. The Kodiak is flying through the mud, off-roading, without all-wheel drive as well. That is incredible. I did not think this truck could be this good. I think the GMC needs retiring. I know we can sell it, and people have suggested it. I'm kind of loath to sell anything too early, just because it may come in useful later, especially with upgrades. So I'm a bit loath to sell things just yet. We probably should really go collect all the odd trailers around the map we've just left there and sell those. Currently though, we're not buying anything other than backs for the vehicles. We're not really spending money, so currently I don't think it's worth selling, but maybe in the future we'll need to. If we need the money desperately, we know we can sell the GMC, and it's not something we're using or we enjoy using. The Kodiak, on the other hand, is just a different machine. I'm really surprised at how good this is. It's not had any issues all the way to town, and we're nearly there, to be fair. This is the road where the bit of the road near the garage where the petrol station is. Taking that a little bit too tight. Okay, when I was saying the Kodiak had no issues, it doesn't. This is driver error. I always get this corner really mixed up, and I took it far too early, and you can see we're now kind of stuck. Definitely not the Kodiak's fault. All mine. I'll take the responsibility for that one. Yeah, I always take that corner really early, and obviously that time wasn't a good time to do that. But let's see how the Kodiak manages this little section. I'm absolutely gobsmacked with how good this Kodiak is. It just doesn't. Yeah, I'm really impressed. I still think the Fleetstar is probably our best vehicle for anything that's off-road. But the Kodiak's not far behind, and that's without all-wheel drive. It's without off-road tyres, and it's still going. The big test will be the hill. To hand in the metal beams, there's that big hill we just crossed with the Fleetstar. If it goes up that, no problem at all, then this is our second best truck. Very close to first. If it had all-wheel drive, it may even be better than the Fleetstar, but I don't want to push it just yet. I've only just first time driving it. Don't want to say too much, and you know, Fleetstar so far has done so much for us. But yeah, gobsmacked. Really surprised by this, but happy at the same time because it means we've got another truck now we can rely on. The GMC, I'm always kind of loath to use it, whereas this, I can rely on a lot more. Okay, let's pick up these metal beams. This will be another test for it with weight on the back. How would it do, especially with that hill? But that hill is going to be the big test for this vehicle. It may be the test for every vehicle going forward, to be fair. But if this can manage that hill with metal beams on the back as well, then yeah, I'm going to be absolutely amazed. Let's see. Okay, we're coming to it. This is the off-road bit coming up now. It's not too bad though, the mud here, to be fair. A bit sideways. We're okay though. Yeah, no issues so far. It's a bit slidey. Other than that, it's a bit slidey, but that's not too bad. Okay, this is the hill. Obviously, you're going in the soft mud first, so we've got to keep the speed up here, trying to keep going forward. Soft mud did slow us down. The sliding around isn't helpful, but actually, it didn't really have an issue. It made it absolutely fine. I am pretty happy with that. I'm amazed it's done it, but look at that. The Chevrolet Kodiak C70, our second best truck. We're going to have to rely on this quite a bit, I think, going forward. So we can unload the middle beams, and that is the Rockslide complete. We have unblocked the road, which is the big aim. So now we have to make another plan. Now, that plan is going to be to go and rescue the Curtainside trailer and deliver it to the motel. We're going to go back to the Fleetstar, mainly because I know there is off-road bits. I could probably take the Chevrolet Kodiak, and yes, it's been very good up to now, but I don't think I want to risk it. I know the Fleetstar can do the job, so there's no point risking the Kodiak and messing up and then having to change back to the Fleetstar to go and rescue the situation. We know we can rely on the Fleetstar, so we'll use that to go and get the Curtainside trailer after we ran out of fuel in the last episode and deliver that to the motel, and finally that is another job done. As you can see currently though, I'm currently struggling to turn with the trailer. I hate trailers and turning. I'm just not, I don't know what it is. I think because it's not a fixed joint, it's not a fixed connection point to the back of the Fleetstar. They're the trailers I struggle with. I think anything that's a fixed, like the low saddle or high saddle kind of connection, I think we'll be fine. I just struggle with them trailers. I don't know what it is, but I just don't get on with them. So that's something I'm just going to learn, I suppose, and keep practicing. But we're going to head now to the trailer, the Curtainside trailer we left in the last episode, and the first thing we looked at in this episode. As we head there, we're going to listen to some music, and we'll see you once we've got to the trailer. There it is, the trailer from the last episode and the start of this one. Exactly where we left it after the Fleetstar ran out of fuel. So we're going to have to winch this out of here, I think. There's no point trying to turn, there's too much water. I think we'd end up in a real mess if we tried to do anything silly here. So instead, I think let's winch it backwards and try and get it back to the road at the very least. I don't... You guys have seen me try and turn trailers. Currently, this isn't something I'm going to try and attempt, because I think it'd go very badly wrong very quickly. But we can actually tow this out using the winch, and I think we'll be okay. Just got to keep bringing it backwards. And then somehow we've got to get it in a position where we can get to the front of it to reconnect. That could be the problem, but we'll see. I don't want this to tip over. If it tips, I don't know what I'm going to do. That's the other problem I've got. Can't afford this tip over. But we're nearly back to the main road. Just trying to get up there. This reversing's not easy when you're winching, I must admit. That's something that I'm surprised by. Now, if we swing left, could this potentially get it in the right position? Although I'm trying to turn and the wheels don't want to know. Okay. My original plan of going left isn't going to work. Just couldn't get the grip to do what I wanted to do. So, we need to position this so we can get to the front of it. And I really don't know what to do here. I want to go left. I think that would be the ideal, but it's not going to happen. Yeah, we're not even turning. The wheels are fully locked, so it's not turning. Okay. So we're going to have to bring it round. Connect up and then try and turn again. You guys have seen me try and turn trailers so far. It's never been good. But we haven't got a choice, so we couldn't get it to turn the way we wanted it to. So, okay, unhooked. Let's connect back up and then try and turn this. This is a skill I need to learn. I've got no choice, have I? I need to learn the skill. I'm just not a fan. We're not close enough to connect. Come on, we're nearly there. After all this time, I'm trying to get this job done. Okay, it is on. So let's try and turn this. I think across the grass here to the right shouldn't be too bad in theory. It's getting stuck on the edge there, isn't it? Come on. Can we for once turn this in a good way and not mess up? Just once. It's getting a bit tricky. Come on. Really? We're doing okay. It's gone better than I thought, to be fair. I think we're golden. As long as it doesn't tip. Slowly does it. Slowly does it. Come on. Slowly. I'm not going slowly on purpose, to be fair. It's actually not going forward. The weight of it on the hill. There we go. I think we've done it. I think we have. Yeah. We're safe. It's obviously weighing us down, and that's obviously why we're going slow. But we've done it. We've turned the trailer. We've got it on the back of the Fleetstar. And now we can head to the motel. We have finally made it. It's taken 2 episodes, other jobs in between to get it done, but we're finally at the motel where we can now deliver the Curtainside trailer. Once I destroyed the Fleetstar first, though. Obviously can't make it here without damaging the Fleetstar even more, but we're here. I don't know how we've done it. We've managed it. It's another job done. That's all we can do. There we go. Job complete. Motel Woes is done. Look at that. I'm so happy that's done. It's taken a little while. We ran out of fuel. We found out we've got a Chevrolet Kodiak, which is incredible to use. And we've got the watchtower to the northwest also done. I think there's one watchtower around the map we haven't done. We'll have to have a proper look at a later date. But we still have one watchtower, I think, to unlock. But that is it for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode and laughing at me messing up, don't forget to subscribe. A like on the episode does help. And ring the bell to not miss an upload. We'll see you next time as we continue our adventure in SnowRunner.